Hey YouTube, this is Quentin601. I am here to do another review of Love and Hip Hop. This latest episode that came out Monday. I apologize. I've missed um, a couple of episodes. I'll say this. I apologize for not making the videos and not making the time to just take 10 minutes out of my day, 15 minutes out of my day to do the review. But I have been paying attention to the show. But I'm just gonna go ahead and weigh in on this last episode of Love and Hip Hop. Um, Probably the main two incidents that happened in this last episode are the main two that are sticking out in my head right now. This whole situation with Chrissy and Yandi, and now it has somehow wrapped up Emily and Olivia in the situation, and then the whole situation with Erica and Kimbella. I'm gonna start with Chrissy now right now. You know, Chrissy, I'm a backtrack a little bit because I'm a piggyback off of the episode before when Chrissy and Yandi had the little altercation in the club in Miami. You know what, Chrissy? A lot of people like Chrissy. A lot of people say that Chrissy is real and this, that, and the fourth. And I'm still, and this is a side note, I'm still questioning what is everybody's definition of being real, because what is real to me and what's real to me and what's real in my reality has nothing to do with what's real in your reality. So I don't know what people get out of like what they mean by saying that somebody is real or I'm real. But be that as it may, a lot of people like Chrissy because she's so called real and this, that, and the fourth. But again, I never liked Chrissy because she is just too much. She's just a loudmouth. She doesn't know how to carry herself as a lady, and yet again, she using all these people who are an example of like positive influences in her life, but she is yet have soaked in any of that positive influence in her own life. Like she was tacky for even bringing up the whole situation with her and Jim and Yandi at Yandi's party or whomever party or them at the club. Period. You're in the public eye. It's already bad enough that you on TV and acting a motherfucking monkey clown, but you want to be even more in the spotlight. So Chrissy, fine. What really annoyed me with that situation is that she talked all that mad shit to Yandi at the bar, and then as soon as security start tugging and pushing and pulling on people, then all of a sudden she's running out talking about let's take this outside, and then talking about she's disrespected and calling Jim like he can whoop everybody ass. And like, who are you? Why are you calling a male to come and jump and handle a female first and foremost? And I hate when people play up on the sexist like that because Chrissy, if you woman enough to talk all this shit, and you woman enough to, and you think that you woman enough that you can whoop everybody ass, then take, and then don't even bother of taking Yandi outside. Handle your business right there on the spot. Just like Yandi said, we ain't got to go outside. Handle your business on the spot. But yet you call Jim. Whatever. This whole situation and with her and Yandi and having and them putting Olivia in the spotlight. They made Olivia look like a child this last episode. Emily and Chrissy made Olivia look like a child when they were drilling her at the table and she is sitting there. Well, you need to pick a side and this, that, and the fourth. And I hate friends like that. And really, in theory, you know what? People may say, okay, yeah, she need to pick a side. I need to know who you riding with, and this, that, and the fourth. Exact words of Chrissy. And this is what, and this is, and that's another thing of how I know that this bitch is not as secure in herself as she says she is. If you need a bitch every time you turn around, and I'm just using the word bitch, I'm just throwing the term out loosely. But if you need a bitch on your side every time you have an altercation, then obviously you're not as bad as you think. And if you need people on your side to prove your point, then obviously you're not as intelligent as you think that you are. Why do you need her approval and her opinion on the situation? Because how Olivia feel about the situation is how she feel about the situation. It has nothing to do with you. It's like what people say. What people think about you has nothing to do with you. Same concept, same concept. What she thought about the situation really has nothing to do with her. I understand how she feel like she is stuck in a space where she's caught in the middle between two people that she liked, despite of how they feel about each other. She liked them, and and I think Olivia wished that all of this would stop, and so she wouldn't be caught in the middle. But you got big head Chrissy over here, big bullhead Chrissy over here, that just love ramming her head into every and anything, any altercation situation she can get into. That's just Chrissy. Then you have Yandi. Yandi is smart mouth and and quick with it with the tongue and stuff like that. I don't think that she'll throw a punch or anything like that, like the like messy ass Erica. But um, the whole situation is silly. And like I said, they made um, Olivia look like a child when she was sitting there. Well, I think that she was like, well, she feels like that you started it, and you feel like that she started it, and I just don't know. I really don't know. Like she didn't have no voice or whatever the case may be. And then what really pissed me off in that situation is that Emily, she's sitting there, Chrissy's just sitting there looking at her, and Emily is the one that's asking the questions um, to Olivia, drilling her about the conversation that they had with Yandi or whomever they had it with, and that let me know right there, then and there, is that Emily. First and foremost, I'm gonna say this because I kind of feel like I'm going around in circles right now. All of them bitches are scared of Chrissy. One way or another, they scared of her. Look at the reaction of Olivia, how she felt like she was a little timid child. Look at how Emily was sitting right next to her and be like, girl, yeah, she was there. She couldn't even make a decision. She was just agreeing with her and blah, 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 blah. And despite, okay, I've already called Olivia out on that before, that I feel like that she's two-faced. And Chrissy, yeah, she got it. Yeah, she got it. But still at the same time, you saying you don't want no fake bitches or this, that, and the fourth around you, you got one on your side, Emily, if you ask me. Because Emily sat there right along with her in this conversation, whether she gave, I don't recall her giving her honest um, opinion and feeling about the situation. Like, well, bitch, you fucked up, and Chrissy feels like you fucked up, and I think you fucked up too. She didn't give that. She wasn't blunt like that and straight up with it like that. She sat right there and went along with the conversation just like Olivia did. Just like Olivia did, but now Olivia's in the spotlight. So I just thought that whole situation was messed up. Now, to get on Erica and Kimbella. You know what? I got two words of advice on both sides. Kimbella, I'm gonna start with Kimbella first because Kimbella is easier to get this out than it is by Erica right now. Because Erica, I might take the rest of this 8 minutes and 15 seconds and go on to 15 minutes just on Erica. Okay. With Emily, not Emily, with Kimbella, I would say this. One is that when Samaya came to you and said that she got an alert about Erica talking mad shit in an interview about you and this, that, and the fourth, you should have paid it. Kimbella, you should have paid it despite of what she said. You already had an altercation with this bitch and y'all throwing glasses and this, that, and the fourth. So you should have just paid it. If you were much classier than her, pay it. Because even though Erica is running around here trying to act like she is more than that, more than this, that she is that and she is this, and she is all that. This is the type of bitch Erica is. Erica is the type of bitch that try to get fame off another motherfucker's name, and that's just what she's doing. Cause peep this, if Kim Bella was paying attention, that interview became about her. Whether it's like they say. Some people say good publicity is negative publicity is better than no publicity at all. You know what I'm saying? That's not always the case that it's true, but in this situation, it played out for Kimbella. In my opinion, it played out because that complete interview shifted, and it was all about Kimbella. At a certain point, that lady stopped asking Erica too much of any questions about her and what she's doing and how she's feeling, but it was more about how she was feeling about Kimbella. So really, Kimbella was the topic. You came there to talk about her, and the shine came on Kimbella because it wasn't people contacting Erica about what was said. It was people contacting Kimbella and telling her what was said. So, and therefore, in my mind, the press and the word that got out, whether it was negative or positive, influenced Kimbella and her and for her advantage. You know what I'm saying? You just made yourself look like a unprofessional mud duck sitting there talking about this woman. And if this woman was a whore or did all this stuff in the industry, Erica, if this woman did all this stuff, then truth be told, from my perspective and looking at that party, how you were acting at that party, you're not too far behind her. Because really, if there was a woman a woman with class, there was a woman with class. I would say this: you would never catch a supermodel, someone like Tyra Banks. You would never catch somebody with some class like anybody with class that will that is in the industry, whether it's modeling, music, or whatever. You're not gonna give somebody that has class. They're gonna sit there in their party, unless it's their private party in their own home, where they're really letting their hair down. You're not gonna have somebody with paparazzis and cameras everywhere with their girlfriends, doing all this and bouncing their titties all over the screen and stuff and screaming and hollering. That's not cute. That's not cute. You're supposed to hold yourself professional at all times, Erica, and you are nowhere near professional. At least Kim Bella, at least she does come around and like try to talk to people about her issues and this, that, and the fourth. And really, the sad part about you, Erica, is that like I said, you're immature. You really do not have a brain at all. Just like the same thing I said about Kim Bella, she could have paid what Samaya told her. You should have paid what the fuck you were reading online and what the fuck other people had told you about her from the beginning. That's why you have a salty taste in your mouth over her. And really, really, birds of a feather flock together. It takes a whore or an industry whore to recognize another one. And I'm just being, and I'm just calling, I'm calling it what it is. I'm calling it what it is. It takes one to know one. You know what I'm saying? You're not all that talented, really. Okay, Erica, and you bashing down somebody else. Okay, yeah, you may look good, but your singing is horrible. Your singing is horrible. I haven't seen you done too much of in trying to act or anything like that. But you aren't even in the industry well, and you're already coming in swinging. You're not even coming in with a humble heart. You coming in all cocky and arrogant, like you've been on the scene for a good 5+ years. Like you done like you done model, like you done walk down the runway for the Gucci line, for the Fendi line. Like you walking around like you done something, but really you haven't done too much of anything because it seemed like to me everybody's just bound. It Yandi done bounce you off to somebody else. This other person that's supposed to be interested in you, ain't nothing else happening, and you just going on, Erica. You just doing the most. Like I said a few minutes ago, you is the type of bitch that trying to get fame off another person's name. That's it. That's why you keep talking about Kim Bella. You have nothing else to talk about. You really don't. You just you are an extra in the show just to keep up drama. That's the only reason why you there, Erica. That's the only reason why you there. I don't like you. I really don't. I don't like people like you, male or female, that really act like they got it all together. Excuse me. You act like you really have it all together, but really you don't. Your life is in such disarray, and you're in such living in such delusions, and and stuff like that to the point you're just crazy. I don't get you, Erica. But I say this: at the end of the day, if I was Kimbella, I'd let your ass keep talking. And why come every time there's an incident between you two, you talk so much mad shit and you the first one to quick to throw a swing on somebody, but then you always have security nearby, or you calling the police to come get a bitch away from you instead of off of you. You lucky that Kim Bella Hay got on your ass because I believe that she would take you. I believe that she would take you. And if she can't, then oh well. But she need to put. I don't like violence, but she need to put some things on your head to put you in line. Anyway, This is Quentin 601, y'all. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying my videos. Um, I'm gonna get back on it. I'm gonna get back on point. So anyway, love you guys and thank you. Bye.